In the last section, we included information regarding one of the most critical areas of automobile coverage, the liability sections of the policy. You read that there's coverage for bodily injury liability, and liability pays for damage to the property of others. There are coverages available to a client that will protect them from injuries and property damage caused by uninsured motorists. Uninsured motorist bodily injury pays for injuries to the people in a client's vehicle, and uninsured motorist property damage that pays for damage to the client's property caused by an uninsured motorist. Underinsured motorist coverage provides protection for those in an accident in which the at-fault driver had insurance, just not enough to pay for the entire loss they caused. We concluded this section of the lesson with a look at medical coverage in personal automobile policies. Depending on the state, either medical payments or personal injury protection may be available. Medical payments coverage will pay for medical expenses for up to 1 year after the accident on a no-fault basis. It also includes funeral coverage. Personal injury protection provides coverage for injuries. It also includes medical expenses, wage loss, loss of services, and funeral benefits. What is available in your state depends on your state's laws. We ended up with a look at subrogation, the process where an insurance company can try to recover funds that they've paid to one of their clients from the party at fault for the loss. The next segment explores the physical damage sections of the personal auto policy. It'll start with collision and other than collision coverages. These are intended to cover the insured vehicle from physical damage. These coverages have deductibles, which are also explained in this section. Remember that deductibles have an effect on the premium, and the lower the deductible, the higher the premium is. We'll explain the differences in terms of what is covered, and we'll discuss when these coverages are necessary. This part of the lesson details certain provisions found in a typical personal auto policy, such as the duties that are required from an insured if a loss occurs. These might be actions specifying that law enforcement must be contacted if a theft occurs, or protecting the property from further damage. The last sections of the segment examine selected endorsements. These are additions to the policy that can alter the coverage of the basic contract. The basic policy provides only the essential coverage. A policy cannot cover every additional concern a client may have. Does the customer desire rental car coverage? Will a client want towing and labor protection in the event of a breakdown? There are numerous situations where the basic contract will not provide the necessary type of coverage that an insured may need, and endorsements are a great way to tailor the policy for the customer's needs. We'll also look at a few other considerations for auto insurance that an individual may want or need. An example of this might be non-owner coverage. This is coverage for vehicles that aren't owned by the insured. We'll also discuss the ramifications of a lack of coverage in Mexico. Finally, we'll delve into ways of obtaining coverage for collector or high-value vehicles through a stated or agreed value insurance policy. Let's get started.